Okay, guys, I'm here for my review of this Monday's Monday Night Raw for August the 15th, 2016. The Go Home Raw to SummerSlam. Uh, while this show was better than last week, but not by much, but it was a better show than last week as it wasn't as boring. Uh, Probably not the best go home show that they could have done. SmackDown, I thought, did a better job of the go home show to SummerSlam than Raw did, but I'll get to that tomorrow in my SmackDown review. So we open up outside of Seth Rollins looking for the Demon King. Why was he outside? Well, he was outside because apparently they had a brief power failure in the arena in Corpus Christi. So that's why he was outside. He said he was going to look for the Demon King all over the building, which is pretty much what he did. They had a running thing where he all over the building went around and looked for the Demon King. So in the ring, when the show starts, the power is on, and Rusev is in the ring, and he's running to hold up Raw unless Mick Foley and Cedric McMahon, until he gets an apology from Roman Reigns for the interruption of his and Lana's marriage reenactment last week. So Foley comes out, Stephanie comes out, Foley's enemy gives some banter, and Rusev, being as funny as ever, says, "You know what? I'm the champion of this brand. Me. I deserve respect. And if you're not going to give it," and he also says, if you're not going to give me respect, maybe I'll call your brother because he knows how to treat talent. So Roman Reigns comes out and makes lame jokes, because that's what Roman Reigns does now, because they think he's as charismatic as The Rock, so he makes lame jokes. And Rusev wants to fight for Lana's honor. So for some reason, Mick Foley makes Rusev versus Roman Reigns for the main event of Raw. Now, I want to know why you're doing a SummerSlam match on Raw 6 days prior. I don't know. Especially one of the marquee matches here for SummerSlam. So our first matchup is Sheamus is in the ring, being interviewed by Byron Saxton, and he's faces Sami Zayn in an okay match, even though Michael Cole calls the white noise the Irish Curse and the Blue Thunder Bomb a Michinoku Driver, despite the fact the Blue Thunder Bomb looks nothing like a Michinoku Driver, and Michael Cole should know better than that, as he's seen a Michinoku Driver before. But again, I don't think Michael Cole cares anymore. Cesaro comes out and allows Sami Zayn to hit the Helluva Kick after Cesaro leaves commentary, and Sami Zayn gets the win. And then Sheamus and Cesaro brawling backstage. Mick Foley's angry about this, so Mick Foley says that he has made a best of 7 series between Sheamus and Cesaro that starts at SummerSlam. So that means we're going to have 7 more matches of this. Why couldn't they just end this thing when Cesaro won twice already? He's already beat Sheamus 2 times. So technically, he'd only have to win 2 more to win the series, but the series hasn't started yet. And since the WWE is not smart or clever enough to make a sweep in a best of 7, you know where it's going to go. Cesaro will win 3, Sheamus will win 3, and probably at whatever pay-per-view, and probably at Night of Champions, and then the October pay-per-view, or the October pay-per-views when the best of 7 series will end. Yeah, I really don't understand that. I don't really want to see 7 more matches between these two. I'm sure they'll be good, but it's a Cena Orton problem. The Dudleys had a tag match against the New Day that lasted all of a minute, and the Dudleys lost, and there was some miscommunication between Devon and Bubba, so it looks like they're actually going to go with breaking the Dudleys up and letting Bubba be Bully Ray again, which we all know he's quite good at, and proven that he can be a main event level talent as Bully Ray. He proved it in TNA. And Devon's underrated. Whether or not he will work as a face or not's another story, but we'll see how that goes. And that basically, Gallows and Anderson did another ring post-itis sketch where they microwaved an egg, in which the New Day just did their thing. Kofi and Xavier did their thing. Gallows and Anderson, speaking of them, they wrestled the Golden Truth in a quick match and beat the Golden Truth. They had a brawl with New Day in which Xavier Woods was going to use Francesca on Carl Anderson's nether regions, but Luke Gallows saved him, so there's the last transaction of those two teams going into SummerSlam. Nia Jax had another squash match, which we are now starting to get a tad bit old. Now, I get why WWE is doing this. You have to establish Nia Jax as a monster, but I think they already established it. So, if you want to continue this past SummerSlam, do what you did with Ryback. Give her 2 or 3 opponents to do. But you are eventually going to have to give her other people. You are eventually going to have to give her other people to fight. Although I think she was brought up from NXT too early. My personal self. Like I said, though, she does have an upside, but it's just they brought her up too early for that potential to really be unlocked. Braun Strowman wasn't on this show, but they did a promo about him. Seth Rollins went all over the ring. He ran into Neville once. And Neville said that he's been in the ring of Demon Finn Balor and Seth better be scared of the demon. Seth then came to the ring because he was going to get the night off. He came to the ring and he called out the Demon King. A fan jumped in the ring wearing a hard hat. And he eventually out came the Demon Finn Balor, which, while I understand why the WWE had the Demon come out before SummerSlam, I would have saved it for SummerSlam because at least the SummerSlam crowd would have actually been into it enough to come alive for the dumb thing. Corpus Christi, Texas is arguably the single best named wrestling city. Because I literally think corpses would get better reactions than the people in this city do. Than the people in that city do. And Finn got the one up, so maybe it means that Rollins will win at SummerSlam, and I'll get to that in my SummerSlam predictions on Friday. Now, I don't care where they go with that, but I do have a preference to where they go. There was, Neville took on Jinder Mahal, and Jinder Mahal lost, so Jinder Mahal goes right back to being what he was doing when they fired him the first time. Why rehire the guy? Give him some wins first, and then have him start doing what he did before. Speaking of there were 3 tag matches. All of them were not really, And then, we also had a tag match between the Primetime Players randomly get back together to face the Shining Stars, and they lose when Darren accidentally knocks Titus O'Neil off the apron. Titus gives a clash to the Titans, and the Shining Stars celebrate like they just won the Super Bowl or the tag titles or something. I guess it's going to be a kickoff match for SummerSlam, which, by the way, is going to be a 6-hour show. Who asked for a 6-hour SummerSlam? Who asked for a 4-hour SummerSlam? I sure didn't. I get that it's the WrestleMania this summer, but does it need to be 4 hours? Does it need to be 6? Are we going to get to the point where the WWE will eventually have 8 or 9 hour pay-per-views and they just do all-day wrestling, which, since this isn't the Attitude Era, would be quite boring? Luckily, they haven't done this Royal Rumble Survivor Series yet. If there is any show you should give an extra hour to that's not WrestleMania, it's the Royal Rumble, because it would help the Royal Rumble match greatly, and you could give more time to other matches, besides just the Rumble. And really, other than the main event, Charlotte took on Alicia Fox. Sasha Banks was at commentary. Charlotte won in a little over a minute. They teased a breakup with Charlotte and Dana Brooke that didn't come to fruition. And because Dana Brooke helped Charlotte get the upper hand on Sasha, which probably means Sasha is winning at SummerSlam. And the main event was Rusev versus Roman Reigns, which with commercials went about 30 minutes, so it got a lot of time. Roman Reigns won with a spear. Now, since Roman won here, I'm thinking maybe Rusev will win at SummerSlam, which I hope they do. Because I think that you should have Rusev hold this title to WrestleMania. Why not again? Or even longer. Just have him go all out. Have him become the longest reigning United States champion in history. Have him break Dean Ambrose's record with that title. What a way to establish the guy, because he's proving how good he is on a microphone, and he's becoming really good in the ring. So, yeah, that really was what Raw is. It was better than last week. It wasn't much better than last week, but it was better than last week. Uh, so if you like this video, like button's down there, subscribe button's down there, and thank you for watching. Bye.